Friend Request is the latest technology-themed horror film. We had Unfriended recently, which was a real-time through Skype horror movie. I actually enjoyed Unfriended. I did not hate that movie. I thought it was unique, and they did a pretty good job with basically very few things, and I was impressed by that from an indie horror perspective. When it comes to Friend Request, this movie is about a girl, a very lonely girl who has literally no friends. She's very much so an outsider. Nobody really knows anything about her. She befriends the main character of the film and gets her very first friend online. And now that she has her first online friend in Laura, she begins to follow Laura everywhere until she becomes obsessed with her, and eventually Laura is like, whoa, back off, causing some serious emotional distress. And this girl decides that she will basically haunt Laura and her friends through the internet and make them all try to kill themselves in horrific ways. And that's Friend Request. Look, I know the buzz for this movie isn't very good. It was released in Germany in 2016. It's been up in the air about when it will finally be released in the United States, and so most people aren't really looking forward to this movie. And for good reason. This movie is not very good. It has a lot of major issues, namely the plot. It's just kind of laughable. The fact that this girl is like haunting through Facebook, or this movie's version of Facebook. I don't actually remember if we ever see the Facebook logo. I think they actually get around that in this film without having to give Facebook rights. But the idea that this entity is haunting their Facebook profiles, making it so they can't delete their profiles, and then one by one taking them out, it's like been there, done that. It could have had a really unique twist on horror. It's one of the things I liked about Unfriended, which this movie will be compared to, and it should. They're very similar, and they've come out within a recent time period. Unfriended was real time. So not being able to figure things out, or not receiving help from the authorities or from anyone in the technology spectrum makes sense, because the entire movie, like 80 or so minutes of it, was real time. This movie branches a longer period of time, and she can't delete her Facebook account because this ghost has like hacked into the code and created a new code. There's like this hacking scene where he has actual computer code and then the ghost code, and he's like, I've never seen anything like this before. And I was just like, oh man.
Did you try changing your password?
Yes, I've tried everything.
She's even back in my friends list.
You have no idea how crazy that is, do you? That is what code normally looks like. Not this. This isn't code. It's her.
I applaud them for trying something different, but it just didn't work out in the end. I don't normally comment on something like this, but it was so noticeable in this film. The use of makeup. So many characters are supposed to be shown as like anxiety-ridden and very stressed out. They haven't slept a lot, or they've been crying, and they have put so much heavy purple makeup underneath their eyes. And a lot of movies do this. It's a very common thing in film. But it's so noticeable, it almost looked like a Halloween costume or something. It was very distracting. The other thing that bothered me about the story is that it's basically about this girl who's haunting Laura and all of her friends through Facebook or social media or whatever. But when you watch the film and you see how this girl got to that point of sadness, Laura really didn't do much of anything wrong. She was just very creeped out by somebody who was being really forward. Something embarrassing happened, and now everyone's dying. There isn't much of a moral or a reason behind it, other than let's try to use social media as a way to get the teens in and watch a horror film because everyone likes Instagram, right? There isn't much of a reason for why I should be like, yes, kill all these kids. They've all done something wrong, because I don't really think any of them did anything wrong. They were just ignoring this girl and not paying attention to her. When you learn her backstory, you're like, okay, I see why she's pissed. But it doesn't really have anything to do with this current set of young kids that she's trying to kill. So, are there some effective moments? Sure. There's a few scary scenes, but most of them are just building to a loud noise or a jump scare. And if you like jump scares, good. They're better than average jump scares, but I don't like them. I think they're very cheap, and this movie overuses them. It's competently shot, but it just doesn't have anything going from it story-wise, and it has a fairly interesting setup that eventually just becomes another movie where somebody is running from somebody who's got a knife, It's like it tried to do something different with the social media aspect, but it just turns into another film with some weird, creepy girl with long hair and some guys chasing a girl with a knife in the end. I'm going to give Friend Request a D+. Guys, thank you very much as always for watching. Look forward to more reviews very soon this weekend. I'm seeing a lot more movies. I got to see Lego Ninjago, I want to see Brad Status, and I want to see Stronger. So look forward to that, guys. Thank you very much as always for watching, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.